Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the You Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
President Muhammadu Buhari assures Nigerians of adequate security as Lagos State government launches Neighborhood Security Corps. Senate President appears before Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges. These and more on Panorama, coming to you from Lagos Network Center. I am Ademola Adeoye. Stay tuned, we shall be back shortly. At the 2017 Nigerian Army Small Arms Competition, President Muhammadu Buhari's message assured Nigerians that no section or territory of the country will ever be occupied by terrorists. The competition is holding in Sambisa Forest, Borno State. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
Sambisa Forest, the 60,000 square kilometer landmass, was the former stronghold of Boko Haram terrorist group, with its command and operational base situated in Kanzero. Following the fall and capture of the forest by the Nigerian military, the Chief of Army Staff promised to dominate and further secure the dreaded forest through the conduct of training exercise.
The Nigerian Army Small Arms Championship is an army-level championship designed to assess as well as enhance proficiency of Nigerian Army personnel in weapon handling and marksmanship.
At the annual event that was last held in 2010, with 9 formations participating, the Ministry of Defense noted that strict adherence to professionalism was the cardinal factor that ensured the success recorded by the military in the war against insurgency in the Northeast.
This championship is not only sharpen the marksmanship of the Nigerian Army personnel, but it will also instill the desired confidence and determination to achieve excellence.
The federal government has named the Sambisa Forest shooting range after Nigerian Army's fallen hero, Late Colonel Abu Ali, while the Borno State government declared 27 March as annual Sambisa Memorial Day celebration.
Very soon, the Borno State government will respectfully request for partnership with the Federal Ministry of Defense towards working together to construct a national museum that we might call Sambisa Pole an International Research Center.
Is a promise fulfilled by our party under our able president. When he came into power, he said, by the grace of God, Boko Haram will be over soonest, and this is a manifestation of it.
We commend the gallantry of the Nigerian armed forces in degrading the terrorists and then rooting them out from their stronghold of Sambisa Forest.
The championship being revived was last held in Jaji, Kaduna State, from the Sambisa Forest in Borno State.
President Muhammadu Buhari has challenged the Nigerian Navy to sustain efforts at developing credible Navy power towards guaranteeing security of the nation's maritime domain. This is to boost oil and gas activities and marine trade and commerce for enhanced economic prosperity. The president threw the challenge when he granted audience to the Chief of Naval Staff. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
With its motto, Onwards Together, the Nigerian Navy, which has had a phenomenal growth, acquiring several sophisticated and state-of-the-art platforms, could be described as a multi-mission maritime arm of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas, was in the State House to brief President Muhammadu Buhari on the recent exploits of the Nigerian Navy, challenges, as well as plans to effectively secure and protect the nation's territorial waters spanning 84,000 nautical miles. The briefing held behind closed doors is part of President Muhammadu Buhari's ongoing strategic engagement with critical stakeholders on national security, stability and development.
Are there specific instructions to you by the President after your special briefing to you?
Just to continue to do that which will enable our country to prosper. If you recall, last month we commissioned the Falcon Eye, an MDA project called Falcon Eye in Calabar area. Those of Lagos and Yenagua had been commissioned before now. This is also aimed at bolstering the capacity of the Navy to contain the menace of pirates.
Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas also gives an update on the contributions of the Nigerian Navy to the operations of the multinational joint task force in the Lake Chad Basin aimed at containing terrorism and insurgency.
Mr. President approved the establishment of an operational base for the Navy in the Lake Chad area to help in consolidating on the security of that area and to facilitate economic activities to pick up more so that we are recovering from the effect of the insurgents in the recent past.
President Buhari's engagement with those that matter in respect of the Secure Nigeria project continues. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In discharging its constitutional role, the Nigerian Army is improving the communication skills of its officers and men. This came to the fore at the Guards Brigade First Quarter Inter-Unit Short Talk competition in Abuja. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, had a focal message. Defense Correspondent Isaac Nkrumah reports.
In boosting civil-military relations as it carries out interventions in areas of operations, this short talk competition is aimed at enhancing troops' confidence in public speaking. The exercise entails officers and soldiers from the participating units taking turns to explain their functions and what is expected of them during duty tours. Femi Adesina, while commending the military's efforts in clearing remnants of Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast and other parts of the country, noted that proficiency in listening, speaking, reading and writing will make them more professional in the discharge of their duties.
I am delighted that Guards Brigade in particular and the Nigerian Army in general is making efforts to train its personnel. This has become necessary in view of the security challenges and demand for security. We must therefore remain resolute and sustain the tempo of training and other regimental activities.
5 battalions within and outside Abuja are participating in the short talk competition. Isaac Nkrumah, NTA News.
The Lagos State government has taken a bold step to improve security of lives and properties in the state by inaugurating the Neighborhood Safety Corps. Governor Akinwumi Ambode, who inaugurated the new grassroots security watch outfit, said it beholds on both the government and Lagos State residents to cooperate and rid Lagos of criminals. Nosa Osula has the details.
The governor, on the 15th day of August 2016, assented to the law that created the Neighborhood Safety Corps. According to him, the fight against crime and all forms of criminality would be better enhanced if efforts are geared towards embracing community policing to complement the police and other enforcement agencies.
We are launching our own whistleblower scheme with the Neighborhood Safety Corps. Any valuable information given to the corps will attract handsome rewards from the state government. I therefore call on all Lagosians to join hands with us to say a final no to crime in our state.
Earlier, Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Olusheye Oladejo, said the launch of the Neighborhood Corps and the handing over of several equipment to the agency was a testimony of a visionary government which had decided to move ahead of emerging challenges of crime.
The interest of the DT of any forward-looking and progressive administration is to ensure the safety of lives and property of its citizens. At the very inception, this administration paid very serious attention to this.
A total of 177 saloon cars, 377 motorcycles, 4,000 bicycles, as well as metal detectors for ensuring that illegal weapons are not smuggled into public places, among other operational equipment, were handed over to the Corps by the governor. In Lagos, Nusa Usula, NTA News.
Senate President Bukola Saraki and Senator Dino Melaye have appeared before the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges to defend various allegations against them. National Assembly correspondent Waziri Ziyanu has the details.
Senate President Bukola Saraki has been accused of importing a bulletproof SUV car without valid documents, while Senator Dino Melaye was accused of forging certificates without obtaining a first degree from the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Both allegations circulating on the social media were brought to the floor of the Senate through a point of order by Senator Muhammad Ali Ndume. While testifying before the Senate Committee on Ethics, the Senate President denied the allegation of importing or having anything to do with the vehicle in contention.
I'm not an importer. At no time did I import any SUV Range Rover.
Under cross-examination from members of the Senate Committee, dealer of the vehicle in question corroborated that the car in contention was not acquired for the Senate President.
The vehicle was not to be used by Senator Bukola Saraki. It was not imported or acquired for his use at the time when the vehicle came into the country.
While defending Dino Melaye's allegation on certificate forgery, Vice Chancellor of the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Ibrahim Garba, confirmed that Senator Dino Melaye graduated from the institution in the year 2000 and served the NYC in 2001.
From the record from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, distinguished Senator Dino Melaye, who was at that time named Daniel Jonah Melaye, graduated with a third-class degree of the Bachelor of Arts in Geography in the year 2000.
Senator Dino Melaye had earlier presented photocopies of his examination results, NYSC certificate, as well as an affidavit for the change of name from Jonah Daniel Melaye to Dino Melaye. Also testifying, Senator Muhammad Ali Ndume told the committee that he raised the point of order with good intentions of protecting the integrity of the Senate.
So he showed me the certificate. I said, oh, fine, so there's a certificate, he did that. So he clears the wrong public perception out there and it should resolve the problem. It's not happening.
Chairman Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges Samuel Anyao extended invitation to representatives of the Nigerian Customs to come and give testimony on the imported vehicle. Away from the investigation, the Chairman Senate Committee on Appropriation, Senator Muhammad Anjuma Goje, said for the first time there will be no need for the usual mop-up or official request from the executive for the extension of dates to implement annual budget. Senator Anjuma Goje said, drawing inspiration from the 1999 Constitution, the Appropriation Act has made provision for the budget to run for a course of 12 months from the date it was signed.
This extension is no longer necessary, which means the 2016 budget will run from 6 May 2016 up to 12 midnight May 5th, 2017.
From the National Assembly, Waziri Zayan, NTA News.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachi David Lawa, says the administration will continue to work towards ensuring government businesses are done in more positive ways. This was at the opening of the first National Policy Dialogue on Strategies for Improving Service Delivery in Parastatals, Agencies and Commissions. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Indiscipline, inefficient service delivery, and corruption have stared Nigeria's public service in the face over the years. It was to address this that a service compact with all Nigerians known as Servicom was established 12 years ago to ensure citizen-focused service delivery.
In inception, we know that the customer, who is the citizen who comes to take service, the service taker, has not been given proper attention.
This assemblage of participants are exchanging ideas to advance improved service delivery as a direct outcome of the change agenda. Secretary to the government of the Federation, Babachir David Lawal, believes that citizen perception of the change agenda of the Buhari administration is as a result of improvements in service delivery. He emphasized the need to further reposition the service delivery initiative for the desired change in the nation's polity.
In order to ensure the provision of essential services that meet the aspirations and expectations of the public, there must be shared responsibility, accountability, and synergy in the public service.
You're still watching Panorama, coming to you from Lagos Network Center. More stories after this break. Stay with us.
So what's up, sweetheart? You really look like you're up to something.
I have a secret.
Hey?
I'll be going to Europe next week.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like you have your visa, your passport, your plane ticket?
No, not that way. Some men are helping us. We pay them, they take us through the desert, and then we cross the sea into Europe.
The desert, the sea. Isn't that the route where many have died?
Yes, it is indeed a very dangerous journey. In 2016 alone, 4,900 people died while crossing the Mediterranean Sea to enter Europe. Many were Nigerians. For the very few who survived the journey, they are forced into prostitution or other crimes just to survive. Eventually, they will be arrested and deported to Nigeria. Don't be a victim. Don't go.
Change is here and it's going to stay. Change begins with me. Oh yeah, make me go. Dirty souls to let it change begin from within. Look at the eye, oh get roll. Change begins with you and me. Change begins with me. Change begins with me. Change begins with me.
You're welcome back. You're still on to Panorama, coming to you from Lagos Network Center. Minister of Works, Power and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has commended the Lagos state government for its intervention on federal roads in the state. He, however, solicited more support from the state government in order to make life more comfortable for the residents. The minister gave the commendation during a visit to the state governor, Akinwumi Ambode, at the State House, Alausa, in Ikeja. Nosa Osula reports.
According to the minister, the visit was part of a project monitoring exercise in the southwest, as he also stated that debts owed state government on road interventions will be repaid by raising public bond instruments, thereby soliciting the support of the state government in securing the right of way for the federal government, which is a challenge across the country.
We are a work in progress, getting the transmission and distribution companies to improve service to Lagos. We're still expanding the transmission capacity in Abuja, which is the West area within our transmission configuration.
Host Governor Akinwumi Ambode described Fashola's visit as historic, thanking him for his meritorious service to the state, adding that collaboration between the state and the ministry would go a long way to move the state forward.
We listened to some of the requests
in terms of the housing that we have talked about, and then the collaboration we need to do in terms of the road project also will reinforce the efforts. And I personally believe that these are things that will eventually grow the GDP of Lagos.
Ambode also assured that the request made by the minister in respect of housing projects of the federal government and other road constructions would be accelerated in Lagos. Nusa Osula, NTA News.
The federal government says there is no plan to extend the 6 weeks time for the reopening of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed and Minister of State for Aviation restated this in Lagos at an interactive session with members of the Aviation Roundtable. Anthony Forson reports.
Let me use this opportunity to deploy the honest report making the ones that the closure of the Abuja airport has been extended by 18 weeks. This is not true.
I'm very, very comfortable that we will be able to achieve the 6 weeks target. To arrive to 6 weeks, I know the tremendous amount of work and thought process that we're going through.
The Information and Culture Minister and Minister of State for Aviation were in Lagos in continuation of their consultations with stakeholders in the aviation industry over the temporary closure of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Lai Mohammed said the complete reconstruction work of the Abuja airport is on course as alternative arrangements made have paid off.
After 6 weeks, the Abuja airport will be reopened. So the remaining work on the railway will not necessitate the closure of the airport.
On his part, the Minister of State for Aviation, Hadi Sirika, said there have been comments over the federal government's action, but it was taken in the interest of the safety of lives of passengers.
We don't want to put something that 2 years down the line, or 3 years down the line, or 5 years down the line, will begin to also say that the government is bad.
Members of the Aviation Roundtable took on the ministers in a question and answer session, harping on the need for the federal government to overhaul the aviation sector, saying it is long overdue. President of the Roundtable, Benga Alo, drew attention to the huge potentials in the sector, saying from a weekly passenger seat of 12,000 in the year 2000, as at 2015, passenger seats, he said, have grown to 48,000, with a paltry 8% participation on account of non-availability of indigenous carriers in operation, leaving the market space to foreign airlines. The Minister of State for Aviation was quick to assure them that the present administration is equally worried and is working round the clock to reverse the trend. In Lagos, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
As part of its plan to reposition Lagos Island as a business and tourism hub in Nigeria and Africa, the Lagos State government has inaugurated an ultra-modern bus terminus at the Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos. The new bus terminus, specially designed for the bus rapid transit BRT systems, is expected to protect commuters more from the elements while waiting to board the BRT buses. Nusa Osula reports.
The governor said he's on a mission to create new aesthetics within the landscape of the Lagos Island, which would create jobs and bring back the dignity of the axis.
This bus terminal that we are opening today is just the beginning of the urban regeneration that will cover this place within the next 24 months. This place will thrive economically 24/7 from the design and the concept that we have for Lagos Island.
At the commissioning of the new steel pedestrian bridge in Ojota, Ambode stated that the decision to construct the bridge was occasioned by the inability of the old bridge to cater for the daily human traffic in the neighborhood.
We have found out that the old pedestrian bridge at the Ojota junction is not sufficient enough. We are not giving you just a new bridge. This is the best pedestrian bridge you can find in sub-Saharan Africa.
The governor thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for approving the release of the lodge in Marina to the state government, revealing that plans have been concluded to turn the lodge into a tourist center, which would be named as the Center for Leadership and Heritage. In Lagos, Nusa, Osula, NTA News.
Still on Lagos State, Governor Akinwumi Ambode says his administration is to position the historic city of Badagri as a tourism hub of West Africa. The ongoing 10-lane Badagri Mile 2 expressway, which he says is a major step towards realizing the objective, is due for completion before 2019. The governor was speaking at a 2-day economic summit held in Badagri, Lagos. Jane Ojuku reports.
The summit, titled Unleashing Investment Potential Around Historic and Coastal Zones of Badagri and Ekpe, was organized to provide a platform for stakeholders to rub minds on how best to reposition Badagri and optimally harness its vast economic potential. The resources include tourism and oil and gas, as well as the proposed deep sea port project, which is expected to complement in growing economic capacity of the area and unleash the productivity of the people of Badagri. Governor Ambode, represented by his special advisor on community affairs and development, Kehinde Bangbeton, stated that the administration will ensure equity and fairness in implementing the projects.
This administration has decided to open up best access through the provision of world-class infrastructure that will attract investors to develop the economic and tourist potentials. We will transform the marina area into a hub for leisure and entertainment in West Africa.
Experts in tourism, oil and gas, as well as freight forwarding, among other sectors, shared insights on prospects, challenges, and expectations from key shareholders in the projects towards a successful transformation of Badagri as business and leisure destination.
A number of challenges still exist here against the growth of tourism. These challenges include poor road networks, security, local transportation, visa procurement, and airline connections.
There will be need for proper government involvement. We service managing environmental issues. We service defining regulation as far as oil regulation is concerned.
We have to transform the attraction called Badagri into a destination by building capacity, empowering the youth, creating wealth through entertainment, music, and services that support tourism.
They should be prepared at least to be trained, to be professional, so that most of the youths can get job in most of these companies coming to Badagri.
We look at the whole thing, discuss, share ideas for us to harness the potential.
The 2-day economic summit was the first of its kind in Badagri. In Lagos, Jane Ojuku, NTA News.
Well, that's how far we can go today on Panorama, which came to you from Lagos Network Center. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.